This morning I'm on my way to Newcastle Power Sports. I'm booked in for a test ride on the new KTM 390 Adventure R. I actually sold my CRF 300 Rally back in June after seeing the promo video, but in true KTM fashion they would have got a pro rider to take it for a spin and ride like a maniac and give the illusion that it rides like a push bike, but we'll see how it goes. But those delays from June all the way till now, the end of October, there was a bit of luck really, because they've had a few issues with it, and this Himalayan it's been flawless. The only issue I had was the front left fork seal was a bit leaky, or very leaky actually, in the first couple 100 Ks, and thankfully they replaced that under warranty and replaced the front brake pad as well. But my thinking was that the Adventure R was going to be a 300 Rally with more power, but my gut feeling is that's not going to be the case, because it's about 25 kilos heavier, and on that same note it's actually about 25 kilos lighter than the Himalayan 450. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes and how it feels, how it handles the weight. Time to go for a test ride. Here we are at Newcastle Power Sports.
Into it, you can go into here and you can change ABS mode, your traction control, what throttle response that you want, if you want smooth,
so you can modify it a bit.
Aggressive. In your display mode, you can have a standard setup.
This is it. It's first maiden voyage. Let's hope they put it together properly. I'll be kind to it for a bit. I believe this is its first ride. Now you've got to open up. It's a test ride, so I've got to open up a little bit, but I'm not going to bounce it on the red line. That'll be a bit slack. I've done it again. Chin strap. The brakes, nice and grippy. I guess they're brand new, but oh, extreme enduro. I'm so excited I did the old chin strap mistake. We've all been there, haven't we, Brett? Good little thing, goes alright. You can't hop on this bike and expect it to go like a 700 single or a 890 Adventure. You have to hop on it knowing full well that you're there for the right away price, the lightweight. I think this one comes in at fully wet 176 kilos. It's reading. So that's about 25 kilos heavier than the CRF 300 Rally. But on that same note, it's about 25 kilos lighter than the Himalayan 450. I'm really just trying to find that bike that is well under 200 kilos, still goes okay, and can actually handle some of the rough stuff in the bush. So I think if I go right here, I can go out towards Dudley Beach. It definitely makes more revs up top. You probably can't hear me because of the wind noise now. Here we go. That's what I want to see. 100 Ks, 5,500. It's not buzzy at all, it's fine. That's actually quite smooth. Dudley Beach. How does it feel? It feels heaps lighter. Heaps lighter. I shouldn't test ride bikes, you know what happens. Alright, how do I get to Dudley Beach? We're now second. that's where it's fun. I hear it's, I've got these low revs, it's suitable for around town and traffic and whatnot. But it definitely doesn't make its power until it gets to around 5.5. You get to that 6 and you feel the surge. That's interesting. It really is not slow, it just nothing, it doesn't really build until you get to that 5.5. Depends on what kind of rider you are. Most of the time I'm quite happy to cruise, especially for Enduro R. I'm never in a hurry because I have too many bills to pay and whatever else, like most people. But if you want to ride on the back wheel everywhere, depends how good a rider you are. Alright, let's try this test, see if it stalls. Clutch in. It's fine. Hey mate, yeah, loving life. Face only a mother would love. Geez, I gotta say it'd be a tough time trying to be sensible on the running period on these bikes. That's when you get the smiles going, when you're up past 6. That feels so much lighter than the Hemi. Sorry, Hemi. What am I in? Ride mode? I'm in off-road mode. Okay. Let's try street mode. Street mode engage. How good's that? Look at in sales, he set it up so you got your quick buttons up and down. So he set this up to the ride mode and traction control mode, I think, something like that. Let's see if it feels any different. I think that actually feels better. Right. I was expecting off-road. There you go, road mode, it's more powerful. Oh, just try rain mode. Haha, rain mode. What gear I'm in? Jesus. Oh, can't tell what gear I'm in. Look at the size of it. Right, where's this beach? I just want a bit of space. Yes, I do. Look at the beach. Yes, I do. Right, so I'm in rain mode now. Yeah, it's a bit doughier. Yeah, rain mode's not for me. No, thank you. Let's go back to street. Not closed. Thank you. Awabako Nature Reserve. So I did notice I had it in off-road mode to start with. Couldn't install it. I didn't realise that road mode actually has more power. I guess that makes sense if you're trying to get traction in the dirt. So this is more responsive in street mode. Let's try and install it again. There you go, that was my concern. Did I manage to install the other Enduro model the other day? Haven't managed to do it this one. I hate to say it, but if I had that sitting in the shed, that says ride to me more than the retro looks of the Hemi. That's all just down to personal taste. I'm more of a dirt bike rider at heart. So we did have the big delays. This is meant to be out in June. Now it's the end of October. It's just getting here. That was a bit of a blessing in disguise though, because I believe, well, I know actually, one of the issues was it came out with the wheel space was 1 mil too small. And the Enduro one the other day, you could actually wiggle the wheel. So that was one of their things they had to update before they sold the bikes. The other ones I saw in Big Rock Moto, they had the side stand, still got the original mounts, was back here. So every time you stood up, your heel was on the side stand hitting the switch. What a joke that is. But now they've relocated it to here. So that's good. Those delays actually fixed a couple of issues. Wheel spaces, side stand. And the stalling. I haven't managed to stall this, so that would have been the big deal breaker for me. I'm about 183 centimeters tall. It is fairly tall to get on. I'm not a big fan of the scoop seats. I like the flat ones. So I want to slide back. Oh, bump. Alright, ready to race. I guess so. Whoops, that wasn't me. The whole stationary stalling, that was going to be a deal breaker for me, I think. If I'm in the middle of the bush and it keeps stalling out. But this one here with the latest update, I haven't been able to do it. I'll try again soon. Well, the engine's fairly hot now. This is only a quick test ride, but initially I think that it feels light enough for me to want to take this on some silly trails. Was it 176? Think about that. Definitely heavier than the 300 rally, but I feel a bit sorry for the 300s on the highway. And I've been doing a fair bit of that lately, trying to get to places further away in a short period of time. And the only way to do it is the highway. That was only 6,000. I haven't really been above 6.5, I don't think. That's when the smiles kick in. I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it at least a couple of times. I'd like to think that this video is going to make a few sales, so shout out to Newcastle Power Sports for letting me take this for a spin for an hour. They also have the 390 Enduro R there as a demo and sale. So if you think about getting these two bikes, feel free to go see them or the closest dealer if that's what you're into. I don't have any promises or affiliation with them. They just let me take it for a test ride, which is kind of them. When we get to the 90 zone, I'll open up a bit. If there's any long-term owners of the old 390 Adventure, can you leave a comment below and let me know what the reliability was like? All the financial woes and whatever else, that's the only thing you have to consider. It's like a little power band. Sort of like just lull, 5.5. Oh, here's your little power band. Maybe it's naive, but the way I'd sell it to myself is Baja were making these little 390s the whole time, as far as I know. So worst case, well, Baja already owns 51% or something like that, so I've heard they're trying to reduce the costs by 50% or the overheads. So it's a little bit too top heavy in the company. But even if all else failed, Baja's still there building these little bikes, so I don't know this for a fact, but if they build the bikes, I'd like to think that all the parts come from there as well. If you think I should bite the bullet and be the guinea pig for you guys watching from home, leave a comment below. Or if you think steer clear of the brand, because who knows what's going to happen in the next year or two, let me know your thoughts. But initial impressions riding this compared to a Himalayan 450, because I like to do the silly bush trails, I'd be happy getting one of these. But it definitely doesn't feel as comfortable as a Himalayan 450. The time has come, I've got to do it. I've got to give it a little bit of a fistful. Like I said, brand new bike. I'm trying to be nice to it. Oh, she's pretty warm now, right? Yep. Definitely puts a smile on your face when you hear those higher revs. And you don't have when you hear those higher revs and you haven't got a grin on your face, there's probably something wrong with you, or you're having a really bad day. Here we go again. Just drop it down a second. Guess that's what KTM are known for. Smile factors. Initial impressions on this. It's fun. It doesn't have the power of an 890, so you can't go into it thinking that. But weight-wise, compared to the Himalayan 450 or a T7 or something, it's close to 20 to 30 kilos lighter, and you can definitely feel it. It doesn't feel much heavier than a 300 Rally though, even though it is. I think it's about 20-25 kilos heavier. But it feels very nimble, very nimble. That is so nimble compared to some heavy bikes I've ridden. I'll stop picking on the Hemi because it's been very reliable. Yeah. If you're on a long open, I think if your game is to just do the long big trips like I did with Aussie Biker Hike, country roads, winding tarmac, Hemi, you're going to be more at home in the Himalayan 450. The seat is definitely more comfortable on the Royal Enfield compared to this. I think if I was to pull the pin, I'd probably try and get a higher seat or a flat seat so I can actually slide around on it and have a bit more cushion. But leave your thoughts below in the comments. If you are a long-term owner of the old 390 Adventure R and had dramas with it, or didn't have dramas with it, let me know how the reliability was. And if you'd like me to be the guinea pig on this bike for you guys at home, let me know. Or if you think I should avoid the brand and its uncertainness in the next year or so, your thoughts below. I hate to say it, but this one says ride me more than that one. Yeah, one thing we'll notice is the ground clearance. I'm on tippy toes. I'm 180. Yeah, I've got time. Much smaller dash. So this Enduro model actually has I believe the rear sprocket is 2 teeth bigger. So it's going to have a little bit more torque for off-road. But you can always throw one of those sprockets on the Adventure model if you wanted to. Just let it warm up a bit. Hop out of the way, I've got to get up to speed. 6,000. Once they get up into the revs, they go pretty good for a little thing. I just went for a quick ride on the highway there, 100 zone. There's definitely a lot of helmet noise, which is expected. It's a naked bike. But if you're just trying to get this as a travel bike, it costs a little bit more, but I was much more at home on the Adventure R with the tower. Go back. To be honest, I can't tell much difference with that sprocket sizing. we've got to open it up. We need some speed. That's enough to get me happy. It's pretty rare I ride like a hoon like that. You're merging into traffic, sure, but most of the time you just want to cruise and conserve some fuel economy so you can actually get to places without burning it all off. So you watch you turn it. Ready? It's almost like there's a slight delay in the throttle. Neutral. Not having clutch in. There you go. So with the clutch in. Interesting. Yeah, I could not get it to do that. I didn't have that problem on the Adventure R. If your game is to just do back farm roads, long distance trips, I would still say one of these. Because the seat is so much more comfortable. And it's a 450. Bigger tank. In saying that also, there's less wind protection on this. They got a more comfortable seat on this, but less wind protection and 200 kilos. But if you're just doing the open stuff, the weight doesn't really matter because it disappears when you're on the move. But if you're like me and you like the gnarly stuff and you want to take it out the bush fairly often, perhaps the 390 is more the way to go.